Hello guys, welcome to the start of my brand new career mode on FIFA 20. I did tweet out on Twitter that I wasn't satisfied with the Salford City career mode that we were doing, so I apologise to anyone who was really enjoying that series. I just felt it was too much of a struggle and we weren't getting the signings that we wanted to try and get, and we were only signing at least one player who wasn't even able to make it to the team. So yeah, I'm really excited to start with Sunderland because Sunderland have had the worst seasons of their lives over the last 2 years. Getting relegated, back-to-back relegations, or 3 years I think it is now, back-to-back relegations from the Premier League and then failing to get promoted to the Championship last season has really hindered their kind of morale around the club. So I want to take this team forward and win the Champions League. So that is my end goal, is to win the Champions League. Season kind of lengthwise, it will be probably 5 seasons I think. By the time we get to League 1, Championship, I want to try and get promoted first try in the Championship and League 1. And then Premier League, I'm going to try and build the team first, try and avoid relegation, and then we'll build towards the Europa League and then the Champions League, and then we'll try and win the league and the Champions League. So it's a bit of a building process. It won't be 4 years, it'll probably be 5 years, 6 seasons maybe. I'm not too sure yet, depends on how smooth it goes. But yeah, very excited to take this team forward. The team isn't too bad now. I have looked at the squad before I did record this episode. I haven't changed the squad. Actually, I have changed the squad. I have brought in Lafferty, as he did sign for Sunderland there a couple of days ago. I'm not too sure if we will be playing him. We have got 3 strikers on the bench here. I will be keeping Lafferty, and he might do us for this season, maybe a little bit of next season, but when we get to the Premier League we'll probably have to sell him on. Team wise, I can kind of see there is a bit of a well balanced team. Left back wise, we don't have that many left backs, we only have one. Striker wise, we do have plenty of strikers at our disposal. I'm going to try and sell one of them, and I think I will try and sell Vike because he's the lowest rated, and he is he's 26 and McNulty is 26, but Vike is a bit worse than McNulty. So yeah, I say we'll go with 3 strikers. Team wise, I think we'll stay with McLaughlin for this season. Subkeeper wise, we aren't that great on. We've got this Patterson guy, 50 rated, 19 years old. Doubt if he'll get much game time. I probably will try and sell him on because he probably grow by 15 maximum, but that's still not good enough by the time we get to the Premier League. Right back wise, I am going to go with O'Neill. Young player, he's got a bit of potential in him, so we'll see how it goes. Centre back wise, I think I will put Flanagan instead of Willis, and we'll probably keep Lynch there for a moment until we do find a new centre back. Left back wise, I am going to stay with Hume. He's supposed to have really good potential. He's supposed to grow up to around 78 overall or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. Right mid wise, we are going to keep Gooch there. Maguire can stay in the cam position. McGeady can stay in the left, but I have heard that McGeady has been asked to leave the club because he is bullying a few of the players. So I am going to try and sell him on. And up front we will keep Grigg for the time being, but I say when we get into the Championship we might have to get a more proven goal scorer. So that is my first team. Yeah, I think that's going to be my first team. I can kind of see we're a bit weak on the centre defensive mid position. We do have Letterbetter, but he is 33 years old, and I don't think he will get any better. He'll probably go down a little bit. Samet, 21 years old, 59 overall. He might grow up a little bit, and he might be useful for a little bit of a squad rotation player for this season, but I probably will try and move him on next season, maybe the Premier League. Maguch, I've heard he has left the club as well, or he's about to leave the club, so I will try and transfer list him as well and try and sell him on. And Embleton is supposed to be a very good player, and he's got good weak foot, and he's supposed to grow up to the kind of mid to late 70s, so he'll be one that I'll try and keep an eye on, and he'll probably get a good bit of game time in the cup, and maybe the odd games where whoever we have in the midfield is tired. So yeah, this is a decent team, but there is a lot of work to be done, I can see. Bench wise, I'm not going to go with a goalkeeper on the bench. I'm going to keep that Burge chap there on the reserves. Let me see. Striker wise, I don't think we need 3 strikers on the bench. I think we only need 2 maximum. So I'm going to take Vike off here, bring Embleton in. I think Ozturk can sit on the bench there. McLaughlin can also take that position. McNulty can also sit on the bench. I don't think I will risk only having 1 striker, even though we only play 1 striker. I think it's kind of useful to have the second striker unless something bad happens, like injury wise. And let me see, Muamba is supposed to be really good, Mumba even. And yeah, so I can kind of see there definitely is a bit of an improvement need to be made to this team. I have kind of got my kind of got an idea who I want to try and move on, and those players, my main priority to move on is probably Ledbetter, McGeady, quite possibly Vike, because we don't need 3 strikers or 4 strikers even, and Magooch, or whatever we pronounce his name. So they are my main players I want to move on, because Magooch, 26 years old, 66 overall, he's just not going to get any better, and he doesn't have a future here. So he will sit in the reserve for the time being, and actually might actually take off McGeady now for Watmore, and I probably will change up the formation here a little bit. I'm going to go to a 4-3-1 narrow, because that's my kind of favourite formation to play with any team, and I think it's a lot better. It's more attacking, especially up with these 4. And we probably keep, I think Dobson, I am going to play him a lot. I'm not too sure about Power. He is the captain, but I think I will replace him with a better centre mid. I'm not too sure on transfer targets so far. I still have to look out for a few players and kind of compile my own short list of players I'm interested in selling, but that will be the starting 11 for the time being. Transfer position wise, for transfers, I think we'll need a new left back, because we don't have another left back. We have got McLaughlin, but he can play left back. So left back is one of my main positions. I'll probably get a decent left back. I'm looking at Tofolo from Lincoln City. Another position even I'm looking at is probably centre mid, because Ledbetter I want to move on, and Magooch, so we only really have Samet and Mumba, and they aren't really up to scratch at the moment. And striker I think will be grand until next season, and quite possibly a left mid, since we are moving McGeady on, and I think that'll be perfect. And maybe a cam, because Maguire isn't really a cam, he's more of a left-sided player, so I'll try and get a cam as well. So main positions is cam, left mid, CDM, left back and centre back. Right back wise, I think we're fine. We've got McLaughlin, he can do the job if O'Neill is injured. Right mid wise, I think we have plenty, because when we bring in that new left mid, we'll have Watmore who can slot in at that right mid position, and same with Maguire, he can kind of slip in on the right hand side position, because I like to play. Oh no, he can't. Never mind. Yeah, he's left sided. I like to cut in with the opposite foot to the side they're playing. So yeah, so I think cam, left mid, CDM, left back and centre back, and I think we're sorted for the season. Goalkeeper are fine, but next season I think we'll need to get a new goalkeeper. But yeah, so I think the team is strong enough now, and I think we will be able to get a bit of profit on McGeady, and then we could probably get a decent young left mid. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this career mode now. I'm very excited to use this Sunderland team, and they have got really nice kits in this FIFA, and they've got a real stadium, so that kind of set the tone that I can enjoy this career mode. Salford, everyone does Salford. I just felt I want to be different, and I don't think there's many Sunderland career modes out there at the moment, so this should be a bit of an original one. Let's go into the squad hub now and see who's out on loan. See who we could possibly sell. Patterson, yeah, so we'll sell him first. 50 overall, not good enough. Left back wise, I was saying I need to strengthen there, but Hume looks to be pretty decent, and he will probably grow into a really good player. Baldwin, 26, he is out on loan to Salford. I thought he was out on loan from Sheffield United for sure anyway. Yeah, centre back wise, I think we do need to strengthen there. I'll probably sell this Bainbridge chap. 52 overall. If they're at a young age, they have to be kind of highish 50s, like kind of 59, 60 overall if we really want to, if we were going to consider them. But yeah, Collins, I'll try and sell him. Osturk I will keep for the moment. 65 overall, he'll come in handy for rotation. So yeah, so once we sell Bainbridge and Collins, we really only have 4 centre backs, which isn't enough with the amount of games we're going to be playing this season, and then injuries will come into account, as we'll have probably 3 games per week. Right back wise, I think we're perfectly fine for the moment. CDM wise, oh yeah, I want to sell Ledbetter. 33 years old, 67 overall. Yeah, no future at all. Power I'll keep. Samet will keep. McGeady, oh yeah, we want to sell McGeady because I've heard that he is requested to leave the club. Maguire will keep for the moment. He might come in handy, even though he's 60 or 30 even. Sorry, he probably won't go down too much this season. Embleton, I want to really keep an eye on that chap. I've heard he's supposed to become a really good player. Same with Mumba and Hackett. Oh no, 54 overall, not good enough. And he has no face on his profile picture, so yeah, I want to move him on. Magooch, we're going to sell as well. And Dobson, I think I'm going to really enjoy using him. Robson's out on loan. I don't think we need to recall him. Right mid-wise, yeah, I think right mid we're definitely sorted for the season. And Kimpioco, yeah, I definitely want to give him a go. Even though he is only 54 overall, I've heard he's supposed to be really good if you start training him. Striker wise, we want to sell one, so we'll sell Charlie Vike. Rest, I think striker position we're perfect for this season, because we're not going to come upon tough opponents, possibly in the cup, but for this league, you know, we're not going to be coming up against the kind of likes of Chelsea, Man City, where we're not going to be able to score these 3 strikers. Yeah. Also, Kyle Lafferty, I transferred him in because I've heard he's just moved to Sunderland, so he's been given the 99 shot because he's a free agent. So I'll give him. Could have just went the other way. Would have been easier. I think what shirts are free? They don't seem to be free. I'll give him 15. That'd be grand. So yeah, so I think we're really strong striker wise. Yeah, 5 positions we really want to strengthen, but main priority is left back, and possibly I say centre mid, and then we'll go left mid and then centre back. So we'll keep centre back till last, because if we do have, I don't know, 4 injuries or something mad like that, we can just recall Baldwin. So centre back, even though we do need to strengthen there, it's not my priority at the moment. This episode, I'm not too sure if I get much transfer business done. I want to try and kind of look through the squad, kind of put the ropes out there, or the feelers even, as to where it needs to be improved, kind of what's my philosophy, which is basically signing young players and then also heavily investing in the youth academy. So yeah, email wise, okay, so we are in the pre-season tournament and we are going to be playing Lucerne, Stabia and Willem the second, Willem 2, whatever way you say it, in the group stage. The normal important transfer market information. Now, objectives, really important. Youth development, not really. I'm surprised it's a low priority. They want us to sign 2 players younger than 20 years old with potential greater than the average overall rating of players currently in the same position. So that should be doable, I think. And grow 1 youth academy players by at least 5 overall points. As soon as they've grown, play them in 5 matches, either as part of the start 11 or coming in as a sub. I think that'll be doable as well. And we don't really need to care about the brand exposure, that'll just take care of itself. No continental, of course. Domestic, win the league title. Okay, interesting. High expectations there. I want to get promoted, but we might not win the league title when we're playing against like Portsmouth. Ipswich are supposed to be decent in this game, and then reach the 32 round of 32 stage in the FA Cup. I think that's doable as well. So we should be able to kind of get those domestic success objectives completed. Financial, of course, we're not going to have anything for that. First scout report has arrived, and introducing myself. So I want to invest. Oh yeah, budget wise, I did add the 60% increase, so we do have 7.7 million transfer budget, so that's pretty decent for a League One side. And 32,000 wage budget. I'm going to put that 80-20. That'd be perfect. Okay, so we want to look at youth staff. I'm not going to blow my whole budget on this, but I look for a kind of the cheap ones. See, 1 million is too expensive. We could do with 720,000, but I think that's too much. We'll go with 101,000. Not really feeling the experience though, but we'll hire him anyway. Let's see who takes his position. 720,000. So we're not really getting lucky here. They really want us to sign that 720,000 scout. We'll just have to go with 17,000 and hire scout. Yeah, 720,000 or 17,000. I think I am. I'm gonna go for the 720,000. Ballsy move, but we need it. Set up a scouting network. I'm gonna put one in Ireland since I'm from Ireland. 9 months. Oh, that's gonna be quite expensive. I'm trying to think. That could. I say we're gonna only have 6 million really to sign for players. Next, kind of is. I want to go England. It's 216,000. It is a lot of money, but it's worth it at the end of the day. If we find a really good player. Scotland, we're gonna 288,000. That should leave us with 5.9 million. I think I can stretch that to 6 million. Yeah, 6 million. And I could have actually, I could have wasted that. I think it was 60% increase on the U Academy kind of scouts, because that would have made it kind of realistic. Because it wouldn't really. Actually, I could have done that, but it doesn't matter. Setting up their scouting network. Okay, another thing I'm going to be putting my full focus on this season, or this series even. Can't speak tonight. Is scout future star. So we're going to be signing 1 per season until we get to the Premier League. Maybe the first 3 seasons we're going to be doing scout future star. So how many do I have? I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which is plenty. Yeah, so I'm going to put 1. I'm going to go with the level 32 because we're in kind of the lower league. So we're going to redeem 1 every season. So until we kind of build a good squad in the Premier League. So yeah, we're going to see how this goes. So Scout is being dispatched. So I'm hoping that we can get someone low 60s that we can possibly play in the team. Okay, so transfer targets wise, I haven't listed anyone, which is what I'm going to be doing now. Right, so I have compiled a shortlist of the players that I'm really interested in signing. I have narrowed it down to a couple of players. So centre back wise, I have I'm going to try and sort here. Yeah, so I did shortlist 2 goalkeepers, Lunnan and Travers, just to see what they're like. I'm probably not going to be signing them, but it's interesting just to have them anyway. Also did shortlist Cannon. I'm not interested in a right back at the moment, but we could always keep our options open just in case we do get a big offer for one of our right backs. Centre backs, we do have Kilman, Medley, Mefam, Jack Simpson, Vandenberg, and Monte. So yeah, so just short. Most of them are Premier League players, but I did sign Monte because he's supposed to be pretty decent and he can play left back, so he's pretty versatile. Left back wise, we do have Tofolo. I've only shortlisted one left back because I'm really interested in him and he's supposed to be very decent once you do grow him. Centre mid wise, we do have Crello, Sands, Rexbeck, Gilmore, Ecklenkamp, Parks. So yeah, a lot of Americans there, but they seem to be the best that I can find. Then right mid wise, we do have Lowe. I know I'm not interested in a right mid, but he might be able to play left mid because he is 4-star weak foot. And left mid wise, we do have Kaputska, Curtis, Barker, Saka, and then Cam. We do have Hagi, Pomlakal, and I don't know, Mohammed we'll call him. And striker wise, we do have Parrott and Sargent. Not interested in strikers, but you know, they're just there anyway. So a lot of 17-year-olds. Oldest player is 24. That's low, but that's not too bad. And also Monte is 24, but 24 you still have enough for him to grow. So yeah, I am gonna scout these, and let's hope that they do all have decent stats and are decent overall to start with. Right, so we do have all the scout reports back for these players. Travers seems to be pretty decent, just by looking at his stats here. I say if we did sign him, he'll grow into a big player for the future, but I'm not really interested in goalkeepers at the moment. So we might sign him maybe next season, depending on how we are with the goalkeeper situation. Right back wise, you do have Cannon. Pretty decent wages, but the team will not sell him as he is too decent, too important even. So we will remove him from the shortlist. We have Kilman, 63, 9,400 wages is very expensive, and I think that was what McGeady was on before we did sell him, but he seems to be cheap, and look at him anyway. Medley has slightly lower wages now than Kilman, and there's also be a little bit more expensive, but the pricing system in this game is pretty broken. Mefam, 74 overall. Definitely not going to sign him. Jack Simpson, 13,000 wages, too expensive I think. We'll keep him anyway there. Vandenberg, he's supposed to grow out to be a brilliant player, but he's only recently joined. We might be able to get him on a loan, and he's only 800 wages per week. That is cheap. And we've got Monte here, 66 overall, pretty decent. I'm not too sure what his kind of potential is. I'm just going to check here. Monte 20 overall, potential of 70, not the best, but with dynamic potential we probably could turn him out to be a really good player. 86 strength as well, but he's not really my top target for centre back wise. And centre back, we'll look at that kind of near the end, because left back wise is really important. Tofolo, only left back I have on this shortlist, and I just really want to sign this guy. He's really good, physical stats, and I think we can grow him with dynamic potential into a really decent player. His potential isn't that high, it's only 72, but I said we can squeeze 75, and he'll be a pretty decent player for the next 3 seasons, maybe 4 seasons. We might be able to squeeze him out, and then he'll probably turn into a more squad rotation player once we get into like the Europa League, Champions League. CDM wise, we do have Corella. They won't sign him unless we do pay his release clause. Not really interested in paying 1.7 million out front like that, but pretty good physical stats, and we'll definitely look at them. Next player is Sands. He has alright stats, but I think we can get a better centre mid for that price. Right mid wise, recently joined, but that player he looks pretty decent. So we'll move him off, unfortunately. So we are he's 72 overall, currently out on loan, so we unfortunately will not be able to sign him. Again, Gilmore looks pretty decent. Looks to be pretty decent on the ball. Long passing 72, short passing 71. So yeah, I think he could be a really good player once we train him and play him a lot. And then Ecklenberg, 1.1 million, looks around 2 million. We'll be able to snatch him for. Yeah, decent balanced stats in terms of physical and mental, and technical isn't bad either. And then we've got Parks here, who's currently out on loan, so we cannot sign him either. Left mid wise, we've got Kapuska. Yeah, 32,000 wages. That is well too high, especially at this stage when we're only in the League One. And Curtis does look to be really good. Look at that speed and agility. I'm definitely gonna try and bring him in. I think might be able to get him for pretty cheap. Maybe I'm gonna guess 1 million. I just have a feeling we might be able to get under his value. Barker, he's only recently joined. He has high wages, but he does seem to be pretty decent. And then we've got Saka, who I've already played with in my own Arsenal save, and he seemed to be a pretty tidy player, but I think it might be too expensive for us in League One. With like, we can get him for between 2.4 and 3.4, so yeah, it might be too expensive right now, but maybe in January we might be able to afford him. And Hagi is only recently joined, and he does seem to be very expensive as well. Same with Pomnikal, he looks to be very expensive. And Hatton, wow, this might be a shout. He's on really low wages. We might be able to get him for a loan, but 76 overall wouldn't look right, would it? A player like him joining a team like us, but I'm just tempted. Could get Pomikal for permanent, where we could sign him for 2 million, and he looks pretty decent. But he does seem to be. Oh, look at those technical stats. I might actually try and loan him in. If we can't get him in, I'm going to go for Pomikal. Hagi, yeah, we can't get him anywhere. He's only recently joined. And then we've got the last two players on our shortlist is Parrott and Sargent. I might try and get Parrott though in the future, because he does seem to be a pretty decent player, and he's supposed to grow into a nice enough player. So yeah, I've kind of got an idea who I want to sign, like my main priorities. Obviously we'll try and sign Toffolo first. I think we might be able to get him for under 800,000. Centre mid wise, I'm not too sure yet. I might have to think over that a little bit. I might try and sign at least 2 players in this episode, and then next episode I'll have I'll think more as to what kind of centre mid, centre back I want to sign, and whether we need to strengthen the squad even more. But I think signing too many players is kind of ruin the series early on. I kind of want to build it slowly, the team, and then kind of use the youth academy to our advantage. And I think that's how I'm going to roll with this career mode. I don't want to be signing too many players. Kind of ruins the team a little bit. I do want to kind of have a go at the Sunderland team as it is at the moment, because there is a few decent players, and Toffolo does have a trait called a solid player. So yeah, so Toffolo we're going to sign first, and left mid wise I think I'm going to have a go at Curtis. Saka I'm thinking I'm going to leave. So yeah, Curtis is probably the second target I want to look at, and then I think I'll leave it there. I'll try and think about. Actually no, I think I'll try and sign 3 players, and then we'll leave kind of the left back and centre back till the kind of next episode. But yeah, I'm gonna send an offer here for Tofolo, and we're gonna see what kind of response we do get back from Lincoln. So yeah, that went better than I expected. 700,000 we got him for, with a 5% selling clause. Yeah, this transfer system is so broken in this game. We'll try and kind of negotiate his wages now. Important first team player, yeah, definitely. I think he's going to get ahead of Hume, as he is more of a solid player. 4 years, yep. We're going to disregard his release clause. Wages wise, I'm not too sure. I'm gonna go 4 million or 4,000 even, and they said that's a fair offer. Boom, we've got our first signing of the window. So next player is Curtis, so I am gonna try and go for him at 1.15 million. Accepted. Easy peasy. And we are gonna negotiate his wages now, and 4.1 thousand. He still wants a wage cut. This game is a joke sometimes. I don't know, I don't know, this could be a bit risky because the game kind of glitches out with this. Well then, I think we just experienced the bargain of the season. Just to see what he says. I think he might accept that. Yeah, he does. Jeez, these have been the easiest negotiations I've ever gone through. I don't know. I don't think we need a centre mid, to be honest, because if we do have Ledbetter, we have Mumba, and we have Samut and Embleton. So if, let's just say, two of them get injured, we can always bring Pamikawa back into the centre mid position, and then we could probably bring can't remember, I think it's Yoke, where is he? Maguire, yeah, so we can put him cam, he can play cam. I'm sure a lot of these players can play cam. I'm sure Gooch can play cam. Curtis, we probably could play him cam, because it's not really cam, it's more kind of centre forward position, kind of the number 10. So yeah, so that's 3 players so far. Right, so I did negotiate these 2 offers, and Kilman, we got him for basically nothing. 350,000. Like, I negotiated, I think it was 400,000 first, and then they came down to 300. I can't remember. I actually can't remember now. I can't remember how much I offered. I think I offered half his price, and then they said 350,000. I was like, yeah, that's a steal. Simpson, it was 870,000. It was a bit dearer, and they were a bit more stubborn now. Eddie Howe wasn't letting him go too easily. Like, this is a very tough decision here. I think Kilman, he's a bit weak on the defending, but I think we can train that up. So I think Kilman will be more of an exciting player, and he will also he won't get into the team straight away, but we will try and kind of, just train him up, get him up to kind of the overall we want him to be. So I think he'll be more of a work in progress. So okay, yeah, that's perfect. Accept that, and there we are. 4th signing of the summer transfer window complete. So hope you did enjoy the first episode of my Sunderland FIFA 20 career mode. If you did, hit that like button, and the next episode we will start training and get the season underway.